On the banks of the Great Salt Lake, that's the scene for the Suns. A certified bucket with a silky smooth scoring instinct. Devin Booker is poised to get going as they prepare for the game at Delta Center. Suns, Jazz, tip-off just moments away. The NBA on 2K Sports, presenting an exciting Monday night game. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us courtside. Now let's take a look at Phoenix's opening lineup. Filling out the wings, it's going to be Booker and Brooks. Williams is out there with Royce O'Neal, and it's Gillespie in at the point. And for the Jazz, Lauri Markkanen out there with Jackson. Then it's Walker Kessler. Then there's Keyonte George. And it's Bailey in at the 2 spot. And so much to take in during the start of the season, Richard. It's hard to not overreact at times.
You got to remember that everything is going to get blown out of proportion in the first week. Give it some time, let it breathe before everyone jumps to conclusions.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. Brooks drives in. Soft touch off the glass.
And what a drive from Brooks. Just carving through the defense like me on the slopes in Aspen.
To the middle. And Markkanen with the stuff.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Now here's Brooks. In the game against Denver, very impressive. Drains the triple.
Yes, so good to see Booker knocking down the corner triple. A go-to scorer with considerable range.
Pass to Bailey. Now Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Booker defending. Utah moving the ball around. And there's a whistle. That one goes on Royce O'Neal. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
We played just over a minute here in the first. Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He could roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
That one rocked this arena.
The kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks. Well, Ace Bailey's draft journey was highly scrutinized, and it wasn't just his height. But at the combine, he measured over 2 inches shorter than he'd been listed in college. Rather, his refusal to work out for any team surprised a lot of folks and executives around the league. But it didn't scare off the Jazz, who selected him 5th overall.
Not everyone can shoot like him. Thank you very much for the report, Shams.
You knew eventually they were going to miss one. At least you hope.
Outside O'Neal. Pass to Brooks. Here's Gillespie. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Phoenix.
5 out of 5 to start things off. They certainly seem to be in a good rhythm.
And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost blocked that shot in time, just a nanosecond late.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. George with a steal. And now the Jazz on the run in transition. And the jam by George.
Yes, sir. George with the flush.
The Suns leading. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He brought up the difficulties that come along with starting Devin Booker, and he told me the hard part with Book is that he's a free-level scorer and a willing passer. He's not just an isolation scorer. They use him in a lot of different actions, so you're constantly chasing him. Guys?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. group getting ready for Utah. Nurkic has checked in for Kessler. Filipowski comes in for Jackson. Sensabaugh is checked in for Bailey. And it's Collier in for George. Jazz trail by 3. Doubled by O'Neal. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Shot's good by Collier.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
And Booker's got the ball here for the Suns. And there's the drive. And Booker with the jam.
He's hitting on all cylinders. Booker takes off and never looks back.
Here's Collier. Pass to Nurkic. Lets it go from 11. No good. A bit long that time. Phoenix leading by 3. All right, let's quickly check in with Shams Charania. We're just hearing he has some news. Action going on in the Eastern Conference, Shams.
Hey, Brian. Even though it's still early in the season, the Charlotte Hornets are already making big moves. They're plugging in Paul George to this franchise, and with that, an enormous degree of versatility, with the ability to exploit advantages at 3 positions on the floor. This team just became a lot more dangerous, and George is an enforcer who also has increased his three-point shooting in the latter half of his career. He's going to be a good option when this team needs a bucket, and he can really help you win.
Always great to hear from you, Shams. Thanks so much.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Collier. Will it go? Utah with another miss. Outside, Williams. Outside, O'Neal. Brooks from outside. And the Suns get another 3.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Phoenix out in front, up by 11. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
They've got Jusuf Nurkic. Vyacheslav Mikhailuk is out there with Collier. Then it's Filipowski, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. That's the group for Utah, getting going in the second. Last year, Jalen Green was twice named Western Conference Player of the Week.
Yeah, and Green was the first Rockets player to win the award multiple times since James Harden in 2019. And, you know, we've seen the flashes, and now on a new team, can he improve his consistency?
Here's Green. Following the bucket by the Jazz, it's stolen by Nurkic. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. Passed a good one. 3-pointer. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Sensabaugh. There's a screen. Driving to the basket. It's stolen. Here they come with numbers in transition. Allen on the wing. Williams passes to Allen. And the Suns get another 3.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of 3-pointers.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. in for Utah. Markkanen comes in for Mykhailiuk. So Phoenix going with almost an entirely new group here. O'Neal, he's checked in for Williams. Dylan Brooks comes in for Allen. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Green. And Gillespie is subbed in for Goodwin. Jazz trail by 17. And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, B.A., they call them trap games. An opponent that on paper isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
Shot is good by Gillespie. Gillespie's got 7 points.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Now here's O'Neal. A 17-point lead, their biggest. And the shot's good.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Shot's good by Collier.
What I want to know is, where is the rim protection? That was just too easy.
Outside for Booker. Here's the three. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 11.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Collier. Drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
Getting comfortable in the second quarter. His efficiency is finally on the rise.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. A different look here for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Nurkic. Jackson comes in for Williams. And Bailey subbed in for Sensabaugh. Here's Gillespie. He's got 7. Outside for Booker. Beyond the arc. Knocks down the triple. Booker's got 6 here in the quarter.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Markkanen finds Jackson. Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Bailey. Now Markkanen, 5 on the clock. Misses the 3.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Booker, the pass to Gillespie. Back to Booker. Top of the key. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Gillespie's got 9.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Jackson, the pass to Bailey. Markkanen from long range. And it's Devin Booker with a rebound.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
And there it is for him.
As we've seen Booker develop into an all-NBA player, it's really been his passing that we've seen the biggest increase.
It's Markkanen on the wing. Gets the 3 ball to go. 5 points in the game.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Gillespie can't get it to go.
Aggressive move. I know he wishes he had that one back.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Markkanen. Lets it go from deep. Another miss by Markkanen. Booker for 3. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
And just nails the 3. Way to close the quarter.
He knew exactly how he wanted to do it, too. There was no doubt in his mind that it was going to fall.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. We'll be right back after this word.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the Phantom half-court shot drumline. And thinking about the shot.
Welcome, everybody. The story thus far being written by Devin Booker. He has been everywhere. Okay, fellas, off the top of your noggin, each of you give me one word to describe how he's been playing so far. Go.
Smoldering. In the zone.
That's three words.
3 words.
Yeah.
That's because I got 2 more rings than you, Kenny. I get to use 2 more words.
And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Suns.
The team is at its best when Booker is aggressive. He's basically a walking bucket from all 3 levels. Unos, dos, and tres. Put a lot of pressure on that D.
I see what you did with the Spanish there. Very good. His passing does that too, at cuatro.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Kicking off the second half, here's Jordan Ott's 5. Filling out the wings, it's going to be Booker and Brooks. Royce O'Neal is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Gillespie in at the 1. Now here's O'Neal. Here's Booker, just 4 to shoot. Out of bounds, it'll be Utah's ball. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Kessler. Here's Bailey. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
A big-time slam right there by Bailey. You know, good to see this young man play with such authority.
Shot is good by Gillespie. Gillespie's got 13.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, Devin Booker grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but around age 15, he moved to Moss Point, Mississippi to live and train with his father. Booker said, quote, "I understood the goal and I just embraced the culture and the inner city. They took me in, it was really important time, and it was good for me." Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. To the paint. 11 feet out. The rebound by Markkanen. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Jackson. And again, it's Utah.
Inside Jackson is so effective. His natural abilities give him that edge over the defense.
Well, Lauri Markkanen comes from a family full of athletes, Graham.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Lauri's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player. So it definitely runs in the family.
And the Jazz with possession here. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Booker for 3. He buries it from 3. Booker's got 20 points.
A night. The second half, they've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
And Utah calls time here.
On the court, your big squad. Who wants a t-shirt? Make some noise!
Ooh, poked away. Down low. And finished off by Kessler.
And you love to see the aggressiveness, using the height advantage to hammer it home.
Phoenix calls timeout. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Shot is good by Gillespie. Gillespie's got 17.
Okay, so they've looked energized and focused starting this half, coming out of the break, making 4 out of their first 5.
Here's George. And that one is hammered home.
And that's a key bucket for Bailey, showing he can make a difference on the glass.
The Suns have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Here's Williams. Again, Phoenix. Good for 2.
And that one was on a platter. He won't miss those very often.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. And finished off by Kessler.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Going inside. Three-pointer, Brooks. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Markkanen outside from deep three-point land. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. And that kicks off a string of 3 home games for them. George passes to Markkanen. And Markkanen with the stuff.
And this is inexcusable. The defense must force Markkanen further away from the rim.
Here's O'Neal. And the layup falls. 6 points for him.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Bailey. He's got 6. Markkanen for 3. Another miss by Markkanen.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not a helping thing, and his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
That one falls. Gillespie's got 19 points.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. To the inside. Here's Bailey. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Bailey's got 8.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
And Booker with the jam.
Nice move by Booker. He's got such an aggressive mindset.
Pass to Bailey from behind the arc. And he can't get that one. And so it's the Phoenix Suns building a mountain of a lead, up 31 points as this quarter concludes. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Keontae George. Jusuf Nurkic is out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then there's Collier, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Green banked it in off the glass.
The defense gets physical with Green inside, so he uses his agility to get around it.
Here's Collier. Nurkic inside. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Here's Green. Allen on the wing. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Allen.
Yeah, he loses concentration just for a moment. Might be getting a little complacent sitting on this lead.
Utah making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. On offense, here's Utah. Takes it inside. The 3 is up. There's the 3. On target from range.
Shots like this help Markkanen get in rhythm. The D must be aware of his ability to catch and fire.
The kick out to Williams. Back to Green. And he banks in the layup.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal. This is his second 3 this half. He's getting even more bold at that arc.
Picked it. Here's the break. Here's Sensabaugh. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
But this is a game again, and the other side has to be feeling a little bit nervous with how quickly that lead vaporized.
Here's Goodwin. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's exactly what you work for, a high percentage look.
Utah's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Here's Nurkic. Uses the glass on the layup. Nurkic has gotten 4 this quarter.
At 7 feet, getting in Nurkic's way this close is hard to do.
Goodwin, no good. And the Jazz with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Sensabaugh. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And stolen by Markkanen. Pass to Sensabaugh. Grant, you're involved with helping the NBA grow the game globally. How important are those initiatives?
You know, BA, it's very important to watch how the game has grown over the last 30 years that I've been connected with the NBA. Is quite staggering, but there's more work to be done. So every initiative, every appearance, every camp, every game is so vitally important as we continue to spread the game of basketball all over the world. Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Suns.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
No good from the wing. Utah with the ball. Here's Sensabaugh. Ooh, a 2-handed power slam.
Oh, that was nasty. A 2-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. For 3, Allen gets the 3 to fall.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins, they're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shot from the wing. Again, Phoenix, good for 2.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And they've won the battle on the board so far, and the scoreboard reflects that.
They set a physical tone early on, and they're being rewarded for their efforts. He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
So no problem for Phoenix as they get the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game.